Sunday's upon us. So, last Tuesday before last, I just woke up and decided I was no longer a cigarette smoker. I don't miss it. I was at 2 packs a day, plus. And that came up to a tidy sum of about $75 a week. When you're a broke fucker, that's a tough one to come up against. Just is, I cheat. I mean, I get those little cheap-ass tipped cigars for 75 cents a piece. I'll smoke 1 or 2 of those a day. Really rough days, I had 3 one day last week. But in all, I was buying 1 at a time. I enjoy the smoke, I really do. I enjoy a good cigar. That's another thing I got tired of with cigarettes. I know it's all backwards and ignorant sounding, but I couldn't enjoy a nice cigar when I was smoking cigarettes. I don't wake up with a hacking and coughing. That's kind of nice. Smoker's cough pretty much gone. Like I said, I still get the daily minimum allotment of nicotine, I suppose. But it's not like it was, and I'm not going back to cigarettes. In fact, I intend on having fewer little tip cigars. I want to go back to be able to get a project pushed out. I can sit out back in my house in the patio next to the fire pit with a nice cocktail and a cigar. Celebrate the finishing of a project that way. This was really affecting me. My energy levels were down. I was winded easily. Even not doing anything but quitting cigarettes has improved greatly upon that. We went out and walked a trail yesterday at one of the state parks, which was just beautiful. If you folks are in the area, around the area, whatever, Thomas Mitchell Park it's east of Altoona, almost to Mitchellville. And that was one of our favorite little watering holes to drop a line in, me and the kids. A couple of years ago, they dried it up and went about construction around the whole park. Like I said, they made a new trail. They made a footpath all the way around the pond. Put 2 little docks. It's pretty cool. I plan to take my kids out there for a picnic and fishing next weekend, if the weather permits. We haven't gone fishing in many months. Last time we went fishing, we went up. DMAC has a pond out in front, and you can actually catch bluegill, crappie, some tiny bass. We've actually caught bluegill out of there that were big enough to eat. That was kind of my adventure yesterday. I've been grinding hard for 2 months, not really taking any time off. And I figured it was time. I didn't have it to go in the shop. The C10 is in the final throes of construction. I'm having some problems with the doors and the door seals. So the doors are pushed out. I had them all lined up, beautiful, perfect. Well, the seals are puffed, and they push the door out, literally, 1/8 of an inch. And you can't really adjust it because it's pushed out at the top, right there, just below the window, and at the bottom. So I think I'm going to have to roll that gasket back. It's glued in place now. I'm going to roll that gasket back and take a wood block and drive the ridge that the seal sits on all the way around that and drive that into the truck so that the door will shut all the way. It's your classic rookie blunder. I did it. I get everything match, line up, not drag. We got the door all together, and we had fucking doors dragging. We had shit not lining up. I got them from dragging. I got them from chipping paint, and the horrible shit that happens when you do final assembly. And, our pre-assembly was good. I don't know. Next time, I don't know what I do. I don't know what I do differently, because you can't put the door seals in pre-assembly. If they were $20, okay, we'd waste a pair of door seals, because we'd glue them in place, get it all lined up, and then take and peel that door seal off, and it would ruin it. I don't know. I think that maybe when we're doing something at this level, I think that's what we're going to have to do, is just take care of those things. Let me see. Helping other people. There we go. Let's start there. The gal I'm with now, and yes, there's a gal I'm with. It's something that kind of percolated for some time, and it's me, my family, her family are really the only people that know anything about anything. I've kept everything quiet. My life was like a big hand grenade of fucking drama for months. And I think it's going to upset, those factors are going to upset some folks. Someone I've known for years. And, you find that person you just kind of mesh with. Anyhow, we've got house guests, and they're in from out of town. Being rude while I'm recording. They're in from out of town. Just trying to get on their feet. Here's the trick. Within the parameters of my faith, hospitality is actually a large proponent to be observed. Hospitality, self-reliance, perseverance, honor, fidelity, honesty. These are some of the basic pillars that have been agreed upon by all who travel this particular path. Anyhow, it's stressful, okay? To be frank, I didn't bring these folks in my home for their sake. I didn't do it because, as the old verbiage goes, no good deed goes unpunished. It's gotten to a point now that basically it's an adversarial relationship, and it's unfair to everybody involved. I put my foot down about certain aspects of being my household, but past that, I just kind of let things coast. They've had over a month to get their shit together, or they can find a home and move. So in the next 7 days, that conversation will be coming down, which I find interesting because the man of the relationship, and I don't know why, I know I pissed him off because of driving on the lawn and stupid little shit that I just try to keep my things nice. Driving on the lawn during the wet season is a bad idea. He avoids me, he dodges me, like to the point that mom and kid will come in and get put together for the evening, and he'll be hanging out, wait till the lights go out and come in, which I think is chicken shit. I don't know what he's got for reason to dodge me, because I don't really hate anybody, I don't dislike them, they're good folks. Like I said, I'm not into it for the drama, I'm not altruistic, I'm not in it to help those particular people. But the universe out there listens and it sees, and I just take care of the things I'm capable of taking care of. strange happenings. Oh goodness, the shop. Everything's got pushed off because of the C10. Brought in some other projects to revolve some cash. I got to finish up a collision earlier this week. 66 Chevelles coming in. It's a drop top, and the frame's a little rough. It's not as rough as I thought it was. I was thinking it was going to be a huge ordeal and probably several thousand to get it straightened out. But I don't think so. I don't think it's going to turn into that. I think it's going to be more modest repair. It's still going to be 20 hours plus to fix it correctly. And then I'll undercoat the bottom. There's some metal work underneath we got to look at. Somebody threw metal over inside the trunk. We got to pick that up, pick that around, and see what's going on with the wheel arches, things like that. I'll probably just section in parts because it's all in fairly good repair. I think I'm going to have to get some lower drop, lower outer, and then wheel arch repairs. I think I'll take care of most of his issues. So he might be back up there in, $2,500, $3,000 range to fix what's there, but I was pleased. I was very pleased. The guy's just a hell of a nice guy. He's the right kind of owner to give the kind of work that we insist on putting out. And I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, we got house guests. We got things going at the shop. I don't know. I find the psychology of human being to be interesting. Creating tension and drama where there isn't any. I just refuse to play back. Shop's enough drama for me, day in, day out. But we're on the. I feel fervently we're on the road to recovery. We're on the right path. We're doing what we're supposed to. We've turned down. In fact, this has come up. The crappy car lot jobs that we used to do, we chase people off either with my shitty attitude or with the prices involved, which is usually the prices involved that chases them off. They started calling. They started coming back in asking. I had one guy call up, ask for mechanic work. I don't do mechanic work, man. I don't do that anymore. We got such a backlog. If I want money, I'll go out and work on the shit that's sitting. And that's where our mentalities come to rest. We learn where you can stretch $1 into 10. We're so dangerously close to losing it all, but I think we've peaked that crest. I think we crested that hill, or right at cresting that hill, where we can see down the other side and see what's going on and happening. And we put together more of a system on how we deal with cars, our operating procedures, just what Jeremy and I evolved to as a team. We've talked about that, and talking with you folks out there, getting in a position here eventually we can bring in a skilled body guy that we pay well versus essentially an intern that's wasting my fucking time. That'd be the next step. Not anytime soon. We don't have it going for us right now. Goodness. The Monte Carlo is still sitting there, unfortunately. I'm very bummed out about it, but the owner of the C10 has vested heavily in our shop and well-being and helped us a lot, which kindness goes far, money goes further. He's given both. So guess what? C10 gets done. Let me see, I got the bed mocked together. I got to finish bolting it all together. I got to chase some threads that are fucked up and galled. that I should have chased to begin with. I fucked up. There were 2 points on either side up by the header. I didn't chase the threads out, and it's fucking us now because there's paint down and they're galling it up. I did really good on all the other locations that were threaded. Not so good there. I got in a hurry. Doesn't happen often anymore, but I did. I've come solidly to the point I hate people. I'm gonna have to let these folks out. If they bother asking. Otherwise I'll just rip their asses tonight. That's what's going on around the shop though. 68 Chevelle is going to be coming in. A little Toyota collision job. We'll get that knocked down. We're just going to go through the process. Go through the process and get these projects out. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm still very tense and apprehensive, but that's kind of where we're at right now. You know, lessons to learn. I just do the work. It's just work. It's not magic. The more I immerse myself in this, and the hot rod culture and the muscle car cultures, the more I seek out knowledge and skill base and shows. There's all kinds of shows out there, varying qualities. And you want to watch a show like those Gas Monkey guys. I think they do great work for what it is, but they don't show a lot of that. They show the interactions, which are all canned. You got the Guild. It was a Restorer's Garage, I think. I think it's a little more realistic. I mean, they're Canadians. Canadians don't seem to be as dramatic and dependent on drama as Americans. So there's that. But I watch these things. I like seeing, and I'm that guy. I don't watch what's in front of me right there on the screen. I'm watching the corners. I'm watching what's going on in the background over here. What's Billy that's way back here doing? How's that room set up for the metal work, you know? I'm weird that way. I geek out on the shops and spaces over the point of the show. We're just driving on. We're just pushing. We're pushing hard. There's many of you out there in the garage that know exactly what I'm talking about. Just pushing on. Sometimes that's all you got. That's all you can do is push on. And that's fine, you know. And there comes that point. Someone wants to be adversarial with you, professional or private life. You've got that choice. Do you feed into that and help it and make that adversarial issue happen, or do you just like, fuck you, walk on and not feed into it? If I were a younger man, I would have fed into things and let it escalate. And what's it get you? You know, you help others where you can. And it may not be much. It may just be a smile, maybe holding a door. But help others where you can. The universe listens, the universe sees. Personify it however you want. DFI it however you want. But that's the facts. We're all connected. We're all part of a singular organism. I fervently feel that and believe that, which is why I don't go out of my way to negatively affect other people's lives unless they've really crossed me in some stupid way. But I think more than anything, we've forgotten simple consideration. Human beings have forgotten just the simple art of being considerate. If it ain't yours, you know, treat it better than you treat your own. If it's a favor, be gracious for the favor. Be gracious for what you're given, not bitter for what you weren't. I think that everybody can learn from that lesson. Everything in life has its lessons, and it all happens for a reason. If you keep having the same lessons occur again and again, you need to stop and rethink what you're doing. And that's what I did. That's what Jeremy and I did. We had the same poor lessons reoccurring with the shop. So we stopped. We analyzed it a little bit. I'm really bummed out because we had a Willis, 61 Willis Maverick, going to come in for metal work. And, the policies that we have at the shop, procedurally and financially, how things are run on the business side of things it's not something Jeremy and I sat down and said, we're going to do this. I mean, we're grown-ass men, we could figure it out, but why not take counsel from older people that have made their fortunes? Why not take advice from the people that are put themselves in a position in their lives where you want to be? The whole concept of birds of a feather, it's true. If I hung around with a bunch of drunks that slept under bridges, in no time at all, I'd be a drunk sleeping under a bridge. I try to immerse myself in what I want and where I want. And that's definitely not the position we're in right now. They always say, what is that, in the professional world, dress for the job you want, not the one you have. Conceptually, it's the same. Behave and perform in a fashion of where you want to be, not where you're stuck. With the shop, we represent ourselves better. We do better work. We're proud of what we're doing, and we keep pushing up the food chain, as it were. We're not building show-stopping cars, and I know that, but we're working towards that. Maybe before I'm 50, I'll be able to enter something in and give a shot for the Riddler Award. Who knows? I don't. It's not a plan, but I know I want to get my work to those levels. Long ways to go. A lot to learn. And even more importantly, with a lot to learn, is finding the people with the bankroll to do it. You find someone that's willing to spend 5 figures on a car, okay, that's usually low 5 figures. You get someone to break the 30K, 40K, 50K, you're starting to build something that you've really got to pay attention to what you're doing. You got to take care of business in that fashion. We haven't had any of those. I don't know. There's a lot of those running around this day and age. Can we do that level of work? Oh yeah. I have no worries that we can do that level of work. It's all based in what they're going to pay for, what's being paid for. For what we're doing work-wise on that C10, we're a full 30% low on our billing. It wasn't our intent to take it as far as we have. It just kind of happened. As a relationship evolved with that customer, and his meaning to us evolved. Once the C10 leaves, it's not the end of that particular customer. It's not like most of your customers are one-night stands. This is a standing relationship with this guy. And I aim not to be just another stop on his journey. I aim to be something more important. I've rambled. You guys have a great day. Go out there and take care of something. Do something you love. Do something that fires that passion up inside of you. And then we will move furniture. Take care.